Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Adam Ratliff with Adam So Fun, and you are tuning into part 3 of the summer quilt along. Hashtag asfsummerqal. This is my summer quilt along 2022, and we are using the open options pattern by Material Girlfriends. These are my blocks. This is what my final layout is, but I have to tell you, I already knew that there were a lot of layouts. It's one of the things that excites me about this pattern because everybody's quilt's going to be a little bit different because everybody can create their own quilt with these blocks. I went in and I've been playing with layouts. I think this is how this is how I really wanted it to go. And in my thoughts, this is the layout, or something like this was the layout I was going to use. My plan to stitch it is, remember, Quiltable has a delicate base set that all of the designs work great with this block. So there are some feathers that I had said, hey, I would like feathers like this that they digitized. So there's a feather design that goes here, and there's a different feather design that lives in this negative space here. So I am going to be using those feathers when I stitch mine out. And on the black side, I'm going to stitch in red thread. I'm using Magnifico. In the red side, I'm going to stitch with black thread, again with Magnifico. So I knew that I wanted to keep those colors somewhat near each other. Because not that I don't like to switch threads out, but this will make it a little easier for the thread, for my thread path. And again, I've already made one, so this is a different layout than before. But I just did a bunch of layouts. I kept moving it around on my design board to see different things. So I'll post different photos of the layouts. Like, here's a layout. Isn't that one cool? I think the first one I did was just the different color blocks. Like every other one? Now I don't even remember how I laid it out. I think every other one was, and it was the circles. So here, that one's here. I did one where I had a center block and the colors going around it, still making the circle design. Here's that one. I did one where it was the center block again, but instead of making the circles, it kind of makes these squares that outline that center block. Again, with like lights and then darks, and then lights and then darks finishing. That one's here. And then for the last one, I did like a checkerboard. So light, dark, still making the circles. This is ultimately the one I'm going to land on. So this is how I'm going to do it. You should do whatever layout you like. Don't ask me. Find the layout you like. All the designs are going to work for those layouts. So then you can pick the design you like to fit with that. What I really like about this layout is that you get the regular block, but you also get, again, this negative space block. And I like having those two different kind of elements in the quilts. So this week, we're not doing anything hard. You're going to pick your layout, and we're going to put it together. I keep wondering if I can reach those top blocks. You don't even fit in the whole screen without my step ladder. But also, I cut my knee open. So, surprise! Let's see. When I do this, and this is just me, you do your process, but this is my process. I'm going to take one whole row, and hopefully they don't fall. I have to put it back the right way or it's not going to get sewn together right. So this is my left row. This is my right row. I just did the same thing. If that one's there, this one would be up. So I take my rows, and now these are what I'm going to work and sew together on. I got to take my shoes off. And careful, I have to not hit my knee on anything. I I forgot all the important stuff. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified when new videos drop, especially if you like me. I am fun sometimes, most of the time. I'm weird. Open options pattern. This is by Material Girlfriends. I will link all their stuff below. Remember, code ASF10 will save you 20% off the pattern. You can get the paper pattern, or you can shop over on their Etsy shop and get 20% off of their digital patterns there. I will link everything below. If you're looking for the quilting designs, if you have a robotic system, any robotic system, they're available through Quiltable. Links below. And remember, code ASF10 at Quiltable will save you an additional 10% off your purchase. Follow me on social media, Adam's So Fun. That's with an SEW on Facebook and Instagram, where you see more stuff that doesn't hit the YouTube channel. There, housekeeping. So I am going to go through. I'm changing my stitch length. I apparently can't change it to a 2. There we go. I sew it at 2. I don't know. I used to sew it at 2.5, and Ben's like, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." There are not a lot of things you have to match up with this quilt. One of the reasons I really like it. If it's not perfectly matched, it's fine. One thing I do try to match up, and it doesn't always happen, but one thing I try to do, these two arrows here, and where these two come into contact, I try to match those up. So I'm just going to pop a pin into them, and I'm not trying anything super hard. Like, you get a pin, and we're going to go to town. And I need a little sewing leader. I'm back. And then I'm just going to sew it like normal. There are some dog ears. I didn't worry about taking those off. If you want to, you can. But, I mean, who cares? It's going to be okay. Making sure things are lined up. If you're a kind of a messy quilter, this quilt is for you. If you're someone who is more strict with your quilting, one of the things you can do is, what was I going to say? Oh, you can kind of trim these up. Just take a little bit off just to make sure they're square. I didn't do that. I'm not worried about it. I just am going to pin this one seam, this one intersection, and just line my edges up and go. The hardest part is going to be when you're doing your layout. Because most people will do their layout and then they look at it and they're like, I don't like, maybe if I switch these two fabrics. Here's a tip. Good, this is actually a really good tip. Pretend my layout's there. You can switch the fabrics 3 times, but no more than that. So like say, oh, you don't like this one next to that one, or you don't like this one next to that one. You'll start switching stuff, and if you don't like it, like the 3rd time, you have to use it whether you like it or not. One of the other things, if you take a picture of it with your phone, and look at it through the picture. They always look a little bit different in picture. I don't know why, but like I liked the layouts on the wall, but in the picture I think they just look so much better. But if you spend time like moving stuff, like right now I can see that these two are the same fabric. I'm not going to move them because I'd already moved things. You could spend an eternity moving those things, trying to get them to be perfect. Just, it's never going to happen. So yeah, you get 3 moves. And then that's it. You'll just have to live with it. It's okay. Remember, it's just a quilt. It's not going to harm you. I'm not doing this whole thing with you on the camera, I don't think. Maybe I'll fast forward and play some music or something. I don't know. But this is how I put mine together. I just kind of go in and line everything up. And by everything, the one seam that I have to line up in my sides, my edges. Sometimes my edges don't line up perfect, and I just go with it. Sometimes my machine makes a weird sound. There we go. Usually when I hear a weird sound, I'm going to stop and check it. Not in this case. Oh, I ran out of bobbin. I knew that was going to happen. I'm so dumb. I didn't even run out of bobbin. I think it was just a little bit dusty down there. We'll throw that on the ground. The downfall to sewing with cotton thread, we have to clean our machines. But as long as we know that we have to clean them, we're good. I think I'm going to be able to piece this whole quilt with one bobbin, which is crazy, but I think it's going to happen. Oh yeah, there was something going on. Something going on. All right, let's continue with what I was doing. So yeah, let me pop some music on for you. I'll finish this, and then you'll get to see it done. All right, so there's strip one. I will continue. I'm going to do the other two strips and finish putting the whole thing together. But my alarm's about to go off because I have to go walk the dog. You can see that some of these blocks are just huge. I'm going to press this. I might trim up the edges to just make sure that it's straight-ish. But again, I didn't trim my blocks. As long as you have, your seams meeting up a little bit, nobody's going to know the difference. It's not noticeable in the long run, especially over here when you have your busy sides. But this is more of a quick get it done than a let's be super precise and have everything line up, just because of those bias edges. I love it. I like it a lot. So yeah, I'm going to continue on. I will see you back here when everything's done. I forgot. In these intersections where all of your points are coming together, you're going to get a lot of bulk. It's going to be pretty thick because you have, because you're going to have 8 seams interacting here. So it does get a little bit bulky for these. So over here it's going to get a little bit bulky. I will go back in and trim trim some of this extra after. Maybe if I trimmed it before, I have somewhere. I have some scissors that are applique scissors, I guess. They're bent. If I can find them, I'll show them off to you. They're Ginger. I'll link them down below, the ones that I have. That's what I use to trim kind of these dog ears off and stuff later on. It's something we use in paper piecing when we're trimming off little strips and stuff. But I like them because they are curved up. But yeah, I'm liking it. We'll see you back here when it's done. All right, everyone. So I have my top pieced. Yes, sound a little bit weird. I'm a little bit sick, but I'm getting over it, so we're good. I pieced all my blocks, pieced my strips together. This is the final layout that I ended up going with. I think it was in the last video, only because this was my kind of vision from the beginning. This is what I was wanting to do. I am loving
the photos people are posting online. Remember, use hashtag asfsummerqal, because then we can search it and people can find what you're doing. At the end, I think I'm going to have everybody send me pictures so I can do like a slideshow. I love this. I love this pattern because there's so many options. Everybody's quilt looks totally different. You know, I went through the different versions that I was thinking about for mine. I can't get enough of it. And I'm getting ideas from some of you because you've used different fabrics and done it a little different way. I have realized that I'm not a huge fan of using layer cakes. I think if I were to make it, I would just cut my 10-inch squares. I need to get my a Go Cutter 10-inch square die because the pinked edge on layer cakes, I just don't think they're pressed right. I think that some of the squares are off and stuff. I had much more symmetrical squares when I did it by cutting 10.5-inch squares than when I use those pinked edges, just because I think they're just not stamped exactly right. You know, they're using machinery to just so you're gonna get variations in there. But again, this is my final layout. I know it was one in the book. I can't remember what it's called. The layout I did previously was not one of them in the pattern. Grabbing the pattern was not one of them in the pattern. It was just I threw it up on my design wall until it did something that I liked. Let's see, which one's that? This is there we are. Patsy. So this is the Patsy layout. 24 lights, 24 darks. So fast, so easy. I hope you've enjoyed making this. Next week we're going to start quilting it. I'm going to be quilting mine with the Delicate Bay pattern from Quiltable with one of the in the Delicate Bay set. There's some feathers, and I'm going to be using feathers on this. I think that is going to look good, kind of giving me the look that I want. I'm going to play with thread, where in the black I'm going to stitch with red thread. In the red, I think I'm going to stitch with black thread. I'm still on the fence about it. I think I'm going to use some bamboo batting to see how that works. I have a sample that I want to check out. And hopefully I can get you guys a discount code on some batting. But hopefully this week I gotta get some stuff in the works. But yeah, this is my end. I can't wait to see pictures of yours when you put it together. It's one thing when it's on the design wall, but once you get it all together, it changes somehow. If you are still trying to decide which layout you want to do, take a picture. Do your layout, take a picture. Do the next layout, take a picture. Do the next layout, take a picture. Then look at it in those pictures. Sometimes those pictures just trick your brain and you get a different visual from not like seeing it there. But thank you all for joining me. As always, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos drop. If you haven't, follow me on social media, AdamSoFun with an SEW on Facebook and Instagram, where you see more stuff that doesn't happen here. I do lives once a week on Tuesdays, so you can come and ask questions there. What else? If you are on Facebook, join the So Fun community. That's SEW Fun Community. Answer all 3 questions or I won't accept you because I'm trying to make sure we don't get any bots into it. But people have been posting a lot of photos of this there. Just a great place of positive energy. I said it's 2022. Thumbs up to everybody. Everybody gets a like. Everybody gets a love. And we're just boosting people's energy because we had some really crappy years. So I can't wait to see what you all do. I'm so excited to see this finished. For those of you without Pro Stitcher, I will be doing a video just with one block, but using one of the print at home designs from the Delicate Bay selection. Or the Delicate Bay collection. So if you even have the robotics and you are doing this and you're like, oh, I don't want to do feathers, I'm going to use a different design for that one. So you can that will be out in 2 weeks. And then I'm trying to get my hands on one that a friend is making to quilt it modern, more custom, add some more kind of dense stitching, and do something to make it a little more modern looking, where mine's going to be a little more traditional with the feathers. So we'll see. There's so many options with this. Quick baby quilts. I like to give big quilts whenever it's a baby quilt because you need something for mom and baby to cuddle in, or dad and baby. So yeah, until next week, we'll see you in the next one. At the end of the day, it's just quilting. We want to laugh. We want to have a good time. Make sure you give me thumbs up, and hasta la pizza, everybody. Bye.